Hello guys. This is Movie Lover and welcome to this Movie Lover world. Today we are going through a horror thriller movie called Better Watch Out. The movie starts with a 17-year-old girl named Ashley is on her way to Mr. and Mrs. Lerner's home to babysit their 12-year-old son Luke as his parents are going to a Christmas party. Luke has romantic feelings for Ashley, and he tells his best friend Garrett that he is going to make out with her tonight. Garrett thinks that Luke is too young for Ashley, but Luke is determined to work out his plan. After that, Ashley arrives and Mrs. Lerner tells her the things to take care of while she and her husband are away. She tells Ashley that Luke has started sleepwalking again, so Ashley will have to keep a pencil on his door handle to know if he is in his bedroom at night. When Luke's parents and Garrett leave, Ashley talks to her boyfriend Ricky on the phone, who insists on meeting her, but she refuses. Suddenly she freaks out when she sees a spider on the kitchen counter. She calls Luke and asks him to finish it off, but he instead takes it in a bowl and releases it in the backyard. Then Ashley puts the clothes in the washing machine in the laundry room. Luke gets annoyed because of Ashley talking to her boyfriend on the phone. Luke drinks a bottle of champagne which Ashley snatches from him while she goes to drain the champagne bottle in the kitchen. She finds the backyard door open and shuts it. In the kitchen she receives a call from Ricky again and hangs up because of an argument between the duo. Upset, Ashley drinks from the champagne bottle and then receives a call on the telephone in the kitchen. She hangs up when no one answers her and goes to watch a horror movie with Luke. In the lounge, Luke tells her that she shouldn't be dating a guy like Ricky, but Ashley shuts him up, saying that Luke is kiddo. She then says that she forgot to order the pizza, but just then they hear the doorbell and find a pizza delivery boy. Ashley tells the delivery boy that she hasn't ordered the pizza, but Luke says that it might be his father who ordered, so he takes the pizza. Ashley is freaked out by hitting a Santa Claus statue, so she keeps it outside the house. As they sit down to eat the pizza, Ashley notices that it has mushrooms on it, so she wonders why his father ordered a pizza with mushrooms, because Luke doesn't like them. After some time, while watching a horror movie, Luke tries to seduce Ashley, but he remains unsuccessful to get her involved. Ashley gets a call from a man who tells her that he can watch her. She goes to the backyard window but sees no one there. Meanwhile, Luke keeps on drinking champagne. Ashley takes back the champagne bottle and she turns back towards the backyard window. She finds the Santa Claus statue which she kept in the front of the house. She quickly asks Luke to get her phone, but he drops it in the aquarium container accidentally. Then they hear a knock on the door and find Garrett, who comes running at Luke, and the two fall to the floor. Ashley and Luke become angry with Garrett for freaking them out. When Ashley learns that it wasn't Garrett in the backyard, the trio hears the sound of a cracking glass from upstairs. Ashley grabs a knife and all three of them go upstairs together and find a broken window with a brick. There Ashley finds that the telephone and internet connection lines have been cut off. Ashley and Luke leave Garrett upstairs and go down to get help, but find that Ashley's car has been punctured with a knife. Then Garrett appears with the brick and shows them that someone has written a note, "You leave, you die" on it. Garrett panics and runs out the back door, but is finished off by an unknown shooter. Shocked, Ashley and Luke run upstairs and hide in the attic. There she is freaked out by a spider and is about to fall off the attic, but Luke catches her. Then they get Mr. Lerner's gun from his bedroom and hide inside a closet in Luke's bedroom. After a while, a masked intruder with a shotgun walks in, and while he checks under the bed, Ashley recognizes the mask belongs to Luke. She forces the intruder to take his mask off, revealing that he is Garrett. Ashley becomes very angry when she learns that Luke wanted to seduce her by scaring her and staging a rescue. Ashley calls him mental and says that he needs therapy. When she tries to leave, Luke follows her and slaps her on the top of the staircase, making her fall down the stairs and knocking her unconscious. In the next scene, Luke binds Ashley with duct tape and forces her to play truth or dare. Ashley tries to make him understand that He is mad and will be jailed for everything he is doing to her. But Luke says that he is smart and will get away with it easily. Then Garrett gives him a dare of touching Ashley's chest, and after that, the two friends get into an argument when Luke says that Garrett cannot touch Ashley. While Garrett and Luke leave Ashley in the kitchen, she somehow gets the torch from the counter and flickers the light at the adjacent neighbor's window but gets caught when the boys return. Then Luke forces her to consume a drink that will make her forget everything when she wakes up the next day, but she hits the bottle and it gets broken. Luke becomes frustrated, and just then, they hear the doorbell ring. Ashley tries to scream, but Luke binds her with duct tape again. He plays loud music on the tape and finds that it is Ricky on the door, who tells him that he has come to see Ashley after receiving a text from her. Luke tells him that Ashley is annoyed with Ricky and doesn't want to see him anymore. Ricky decides to leave, but he asks Luke to give him the flower bouquet he has brought. When Luke opens the door to take the bouquet, Rocky gets inside the house forcefully. He looks for Ashley, who struggles to untie herself. Luke tells Rocky that Ashley is upstairs because of suffering from a period cramp. Ashley somehow picks up a broken piece of glass before Garrett appears. As Rocky heads upstairs and searches for her there, Luke grabs a baseball bat from his bedroom and knocks him out. Rocky wakes up and attacks Luke, who pokes him with a pencil into his cheek. Rocky grabs the baseball bat, but Garrett shows up with the gun and threatens to shoot at him. Rocky, forced to kneel down, is knocked out by Luke eventually. Then Luke binds Rocky with duct tape too, and then it is revealed that it was Luke who texted Rocky from Ashley's phone. Garrett did not know that this was also part of Luke's plan, so he argues with Luke, who somehow calms him down and settles things with him. Garrett leaves the kitchen and goes to sit in the lounge. After that, Luke forces Ashley to call her boyfriend Jeremy and ask him to come over, but she doesn't listen to him, so Luke calls him himself. While he is on the call, Ashley attempts to untie her one hand with the help of the broken piece of glass and hurts herself. She hides the blood on the floor with her foot, and Rocky pees his pants to distract Luke, who cleans the floor and goes outside to throw the wipe. While he is away, Ashley unties one of her feet and later unties another foot. When Luke has gone to catch Garrett smoking weed, when he returns he forces Rocky to smoke weed and Luke enjoys it. When the smoke comes out from the hole in Rocky's wounded cheek, then Luke and Garrett take Rocky into the lounge and Luke brings a can of paint with a rope. Meanwhile, Ashley tries to untie her other hand with a shard of glass. Luke tries to show Garrett what happens when someone has hit in the head with a swinging paint can. This was based on a scene from the film Home Alone that Garrett had suggested to Luke earlier. Luke tries to demonstrate that with Rocky but misses on the first swing. Rocky begs Luke to stop his instant actions and he calls Ashley for help. Ashley cuts herself free and threatens Luke with the gun. Despite being threatened, Luke releases the paint can, which hits and finishes off Rocky. Ashley is shocked and she whimpers as she watches Rocky dead. When Ashley realizes the gun is empty, she tries to escape and Garrett follows her outside on Luke's orders. Ashley somehow gets rid of Garrett by destroying his glasses and hitting him with the chair. As she escapes to a group of carolers outside, Luke uses the brick tossed through the stairs again and knocks her out before she could alert the carolers. In the next scene, the carolers sing in front of Luke's house while Ashley is tied up again and she is covered with twinkle lights. Luke talks to Garrett and reminds him of all the times he has been blundering at school and getting away with everything. He also reveals that he fakes sleepwalking. He assures Garrett that he will make everything all right again and asks him to keep an eye on Ashley while he deals with Jeremy. He also uploads a post through Ashley's phone related to her ex-boyfriend Jeremy. When Jeremy arrives, he practices how he will talk to Ashley after a long time. He then roams around Luke's backyard window and Ashley tries to scream, but Garrett keeps his hand on her mouth. After that, Luke shows up in the backyard and tells Jeremy that Ashley wants an apology letter from him before he could meet her. When Jeremy is done writing the apology letter, Luke hangs him from a tree. Garrett has a change of heart after Ashley makes him realize that Luke is not a good friend and he only uses and manipulates Garrett for his benefit. He apologizes to Ashley and tells her that he will fix everything now. When he attempts to release her, he gives her a peck which frustrates Luke and he shoots Garrett for touching Ashley. He shouts at Garrett, telling him that he has forced Luke to shoot him. After Garrett is dead, Luke sits next to Ashley and leans on her shoulder. He tells her how his mother used to treat him with care and love, but then she stopped and he wonders why. Ashley becomes quiet and doesn't answer. Frustrated, Luke finishes her off with a knife and then stages the scene. To frame Jeremy, he gets Jeremy's fingerprints on everything he used to commit the crime with. He gets his body inside the house and places it with a shotgun. It is also revealed that the spider that freaked out Ashley actually belonged to Luke. Then he goes to bed and remembers to keep the pencil on his door handle. Failing at keeping the pencil on the door handle, he decides to enter his room from the window. His parents return home and he goes to bed after taking the sleeping pill. Mr. and Mrs. Lerner scream as they find the bodies, and Mrs. Lerner rushes upstairs to check on Luke in his bedroom, who pretends to be sleeping. Later, they called the police, who discovered that Ashley has survived by placing the duct tape on her wound to stop the bleeding. Luke watches her from his bedroom window. Semi-conscious Ashley shows him the middle finger before being taken into the ambulance. In the final scene, Luke gets afraid that Ashley will disclose everything to the police. He tells his mother that he is very worried about Ashley and wants to visit her at the hospital, and with this, the movie ends. Thanks for watching, guys. Movie Lover will meet you again with new story. Till take care.